Hi everybody, it's Tommy Jo from Bird Street Studio, and we're back to work in our Handmaid journal. I didn't even think of that, handmade or handmade. Anyways, so what happened was I actually did a whole video, so I thought, and we collectively, I think once before I told you that usually what I do on one side of a page, I turn it over and do something on the other side. Well, a few minutes ago, we created these belly bands, the horizontal. But then when I went to check the camera to see how much time we had left, I saw that it wasn't recording at all. So I thought I would show you these first, how they came out. These are out of my master glue book, the math book that I use. This was a page, and then I just decorated it and made belly bands for each one of these. So I thought in this video, we're going to go ahead and make another piece of ephemera. And so I'm going to get some supplies ready, and then we will attempt to record another piece of ephemera for our handmade journals. Okay, so I came up with some things I thought we could put in here. First of all, I just participated in Ephemera, and so we had to make some ephemera. So I kind of went through my package of different ephemera that we made, and I found these little clusters that I thought would be so cool on a page. Like if we put them, you know, on maybe at the bottom of a page, something like this. Oh, this one's got text going that way. You know what I mean? We could use it as a talk, or we could just put it here. I also found these page tabs that I thought would be very cool on in this journal. They've got like little hangy things, and I thought that would be kind of cool. Now, I only have 2 of these. I have 3 of these, so we're good. And I also found the coin envelopes that we made. This was, I think, for Ephemera, it was spilled ink. But I only had 2 of them. Well, I had more, but they're the same paper, and I kind of was thinking I wanted to use a different paper. So I found this paper, and I thought that we would try to either, you know, do something with these right here. So the first thing I think I want to do is make another coin envelope. So if I remember, I think it was 6 by 6 by 6 by 6 by 6, something like that. So let's see what we have. That tape is saying, use me, use me. Okay. So we want to cut this to 6 by 6. How big is this? 2.5, almost 3. Should have done 6 by 6.5. Let's do 6.5. If I have to get a different kind of paper, I will, but I may not have to. Six and a half. I do half there, half there. I'm just trying to think this through. I might have to have a bigger piece of paper. So if I do this, would be top and bottom, and those would be sides. So let's try this. we do 1 and 5, then we've got 4 inches. How tall are these? 2, 3, 4 inches. Hey, they're actually yeah, I think that'll work. So we're going to do 1 inch here, and then we'll do 5 inch here. Okay, and we're going to turn it this way, and we will do 1 3/4 here, and then 1 1/2. Now we're going to have to do bigger than that. Then we're going to do 1 3/4. Let's do 2. I think. I have no idea if this is going to work or not. Okay, and I'm looking at the side. I need to fold just to check. Okay, that is going to work. Perfect. We love it. So, I don't know if you can see these. I'm not going to turn it to the white side, or you're going to have issues with it focusing, I think. But you can see our score lines. I'm going to turn it real quick, and you can see these score lines here, and I'm going to cut these corners off, all 4, and I'm going to cut at an angle. When I do that, right here, I might do the top and the bottom at an angle, but for right now, I want to do them straight, and we'll see how it folds first. Okay, and I've got a little bit extra here. I'm just going to trim it across. Perfect. And I have the same right down at the bottom. It's a little bit, so I'm going to trim that as well. Okay. Now I want to fold these up and down to make sure that they're okay. So this right here looks like I need to cut at an angle. This one I don't think, no, that one's fine. So the reason I say that is when I go to fold this up, this feels a little tight right here. So I'm going to take both of these pieces that get covered up anyways, and I'm just going to cut them at a bit of an angle here. So there's not that much bulk right here at the bottom. Do you see? I'm just taking off a smidge. Okay. Okay, and then what I want to do is I want to round my corners. You don't have to do this, but I did on the others, so I'm going to go ahead and do it on this one. Like this. And you can fold that in if that makes it easier. Let's double check this one. There. Okay. And then when you glue these, you want to glue right here and right here. And what happens is when you do that, this glue catches on the inside and this glue catches on the outside, and that way they'll be glued together, so when you go to slide something in, it doesn't get stuck on anything. So let's try that. So we're going to glue this side of this one, and we want this side of this one. So this is the shorter side and the longer side, and we're just going to put them there and push. I'm just making sure it's glued good there. And then the bottom one is the one that we cut at an angle, a little bit of an angle. So I'm just going to go around here. And fold that up. And that gives us our coin envelope. We want to distress it. And then we're going to decorate it. I'm going to use the darker walnut. And I don't have to do too much here. I just want to get rid of the white around the edge here. And then you can distress it before you put it together, but it's not that pertinent. Okay, now we want to decorate it. So I want to kind of look at what we did with these other ones so that it's not too far off. And it looks like, okay, it looks like we need to pull from these stamped pieces. That way they'll be kind of the same. Okay, and then let's see what we have. I know you can't, you're not going to be able to see in this big thing. Let me just see what I have in here. If we have labels and or let me just real quick see what's in here. What do we have in here? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Well, these are all different letters, like grunge letters and some numbers, but I don't think they're what I want. They're nice, but it's not what I want. See what we have for labels. Too big, but it's got that same Agent 1929 on it. That's what drew me, I guess. I must really like that. And just see if there's anything I like any better. I think we're going to make that work, and maybe let me see. I have these strips, and I kind of like these, and I thought maybe one of these would be good. Okay, I think we're going to use one of those. I'm just going to set this here because I think I'm going to have a piece of that craft piece left. So let's see what we can do with this. I think I want this to go down the edge, so we like that. So I'm going to trim this. Right here. Okay, and this can go back in here. Okay, so I'm just going to start gluing, and however this goes is how it's going to go. That's kind of all there is to that. So I want to distress these letters right here. And I'm going to do it in Vintage Photo. These are, I stamped on paper, on collage paper, and made these labels. That was a fun project, and I believe I do have a video on that. So if you're interested, go ahead and look for that. I want this. Okay, let's see. So we want this maybe here, and this maybe here. I think that's how I like it. So we're going to put this one down first. And I'm going to leave one side a little bit loose so I can tuck that other one behind it. I think. I'm a think. Like this. And then we want to tuck this one behind it. No, I don't think I want this over here. I think I want this over here. Yeah, I think that's how I want it. Isn't that funny how you see it one way and you like it? Now, what's funny is a lot of times I'll lay things out, you know, when I'm trying to make a decision about where something should go. And I totally change my mind. I don't like it, so I change it. And then when I'm editing the video, it's like, oh my gosh, why didn't I leave that there? I don't know, kind of different. It is, makes a big difference too if you're wondering about stuff like that. you can lay something out and then take a picture of it. And oftentimes it looks very different in a picture. And you can make your mind up that way. My problem is I videotape on my phone, which is how I take my pictures. So that really wouldn't help me. Unless I did all this planning beforehand. Okay, so now, guess what? We now have three of these coin envelopes. One for each journal. So we have 3 of our tabs, 3 of our coin envelopes. Let's see if we could put together another one of these. And it looks like all I did was I used 2 of the moths. This one I used 1 moth. This one I used 2 moths. We have dangles, which I have. And I actually have this dangle that's got the black on one side. And this with black beads, I think that would be nice. Let me see if I have something different that would be any better. I think the rest have a lot of color, so probably not. So I like that. We need a piece of cardboard, some of this lace, and some sort of a butterfly. Let me see if I have any of that lace or anything similar in my scrap bag. I have muslin. I do have this fabric, but okay, I need to find a piece of cardboard first, so let me find that and come right back here. And I have, see, I was peeling this the other day, so I have cardboard. So let me see if I fold this, right? It's going the other direction. I don't think that matters. So the first thing we want to do is distress this, it looks like. And I want to use the darker stain because it is already brown. The darker ink, I mean. That'll be cool. Then we'll have tabs on there, on these pages. I'm going to go ahead and distress all of it. I think I need to distress those as well. I didn't, but I think we can distress them now after the fact. Okay, I really like that. And I'm thinking I might like this fabric on there, as opposed to the lace, just something different. I don't know. Let's see if we wrap that around. We're going to try it. I'm going to cut this and try to fray it a little. And then we'll see what we think, okay? Let's see if we can fray this a little bit. Okay, let's see what we got. I'm kind of really liking this a lot. So now we need to find some sort of a butterfly or moth. And these are the moths from Louisa Heinzel. That one's different. I just don't want the same. And I don't necessarily want to go out and print more. So let's see what we have for small, large, or in between. That one's a little different as well. Well, that would be good, but I really am liking this one. If we bent this one around, I kind of think I like that because I don't have smaller ones, I don't think, in here, unless I printed more, and I kind of don't want to do that right now. Yep, I don't see any smaller ones in here, so I think we're going to have to go with the larger. And I think it's got to be that one, or that one, or that one. That one, that one, that one, or that one. So if I put this on here, do we like this one more? Like this? It's fair. Like that. Kind of like that one. That's a real good possibility. So is that one. I like that one. Not so much. So it's going to be one of these two right here. And this is what's going to hang down off of it. So what I'm wondering is, do we want something with a little color? I know you guys all know, right, that this is where I struggle the most, is making a decision. So even though I just love this one, I kind of like that too. So I'm going to go with it. I just have to make a decision, and it's so hard. Sometimes it almost makes me want to cry. I can't make that decision. Okay, so we're done with our fabric. We need to put this little thing together. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to glue this on. So I need Fabri-Tac for that. I'm just going to hold it here so I know about where I have to glue. We put this right on there. Okay, and then I'm going to bend this in half. Yep. Looks good on that side, looks good on that side. Okay, I'm going to use Fabri-Tac as well because this is fabric, and I want to be sure that it adheres to there. Oh, you know what we want to do is we want to put a little thread behind it, though. I do not want to use the feeler things, the antlers, the stamens. That's what they are. We're just going to use some of this thread. And you don't want to do it so tight that you can't get it off your fingers. You know. If you know, you know. That's how Tommy does stuff. So I'm going to try to stick this behind this when I go to glue it on. I'm going to try to do that. Like take this and put it in here. Okay? Then we're going to take this whole thing and just put it on there. That looks pretty good. I got some glue on here though that I don't want, so let's tap that off with our fingers. Oh, that looks good. And then these little feelers, I just want to trim a little bit. I don't know if you can see them, but I'm going to just trim them a little bit. There we go. Okay, then let's see. We did that one right through the wing. Are we going to put these on the same side? No. I think we have to... I might have to change this, because that would make it on that side. Oh, that would be okay. Then this one, I guess it doesn't matter really. Okay, let's find our little pin. These are bulb pins that I put, what do you call it? Little beads on, and so we want to put it on oh, you know what I want to do? I want to take these off, because I want those on before I put the tags. Just put them back on. Got glue hanging out of my hand, so oh, holy moly. Guacamole. There we go. Okay. Then if we want it on this side, let's do this. Okay. Oh, jeez. You say, Tommy, you forgot to put the tags on it. Honest to goodness. If my head wasn't connected, I'd lose that. Okay, now let's see if we can get this baby together. There we go. Love it. Okay. Wow. Okay, now we have enough to put in our journal. How are we doing for time? We're doing okay. Let's see if we can figure out places that we want these to be. Well, these are going to have to go inside of something, so I don't really want to put these in yet. But let's look at our tabs. What if we put our tabs like on the page here, so they would kind of decorate, because I want to put lace on some of these pages and I won't put lace on the gold page. So I'm going to pull this out real quick and let's use our CherylFrancisART and I do want them to stick out. Here we go, Tommy, get up here on camera so they can see. Jeez. I'm going to put this one on first. Okay, so put it right here. And I think it can go in a little further. We just want it to stick out a little bit. Okay, and then I want to go ahead and glue the rest of this. Okay, I love it. Okay, let's do the next one. We want to do it on our gold page. Oh, I love it. Okay, so now we have our tabs on. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, beautiful. So now we want to look and see if we have a place to put these. Now, I usually, whatever I put on one side, I do something on the opposite. So with that in mind, I'm thinking we could just put these right at the top here. And what I'll do is put glue all the way around so it's stuck down and it's just a decoration. These are on heavy, heavy cardboard. So if you made them a tuck, I think, maybe if they were on something thinner, it would work. But if you made these a tuck, I'm afraid that cardboard would come right off because it's so thick. Let's put it right in the middle here. And that way we're just decorating the page and it's still a good page for journaling. Okay, so we've got this on this side and that on that side. I love it. I'm gonna put a little glue here to keep this piece down. Okay, so we want to do the same on these. And this one I'm going to do this way because the writing goes this way. Okay, there's 2, and then we have this one left. And this writing goes this way. So before I put it down, I'm going to put a little glue there and a little glue right there. Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to call that a wrap so we don't go too long. We've got a lot done. Really, truly, we got a lot done because we did 3 different things in these. Okay, so let's do a recap real quick. Okay, so we put tabs on the page, and on the back of the page we put a cluster. Okay, for each one. This one has this tab. When you turn it over, it has this cluster. And in this one, we have this tab that was almost a disaster. We saved it. And then this cluster here. So we've got those in. Then we put in our belly band. Oh, that's right. This is the part you guys are blindfolded with. I added the belly band, the horizontal belly bands in them as well. And I think I showed you that in the beginning because the video didn't work. But then we also already had these 2 coin envelopes that I made in Defemember, but we went ahead and made this one as well. So now we have 3 that we can put in here when we're ready to, probably in a pocket of some sort. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my subscribers, past, present, and future. I really appreciate you more than you know. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you in the next video, everybody. Bye-bye.